Hello, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Evan, and welcome to Economics 101, your number one source for everything economics. If you've been wondering why buying a house feels impossible right now, you're not crazy and you're definitely not alone. In today's video, we're going to break down three major economic factors that are pricing people out of the housing market. Now, these three are not the only factors that are preventing people from buying homes right now, but they do play an important part in both availability and affordability. So the three factors that we're going to be discussing are: number one, exploding home prices driven by supply shortages, high interest rates making mortgages unaffordable, and stagnant wages that aren't keeping up with housing costs. So by the end of the video, I want my viewers to really understand exactly why homeownership feels out of reach and what would actually need to change in order to fix it. But before we get into the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate you tuning in. Now let's go ahead and get into the video. The first issue is when we talk about too many buyers, not enough homes. That issue is a simple economics issue, or simple economics. Low supply versus high demand. For over a decade, the U.S. has underbuilt homes. After 2008 financial crisis, construction slowed dramatically, and to be honest, it never really caught back up. It is catching back up, but that process is going to take more time. At the same time that you had construction slowing, you got millennials who entered peak home buying age. You got investors who bought up single-family homes. You got migration patterns shifted, demand to different areas of the country, and when you get demand increases, but supply stay the same, or supply stays tight, prices will surge. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. I'm going to show you a brief example so you can kind of understand it. And this is just a simple example. If you got supply shortages, let's just break it down. Just one home, only home in the U.S. for sale is $100 grand. Here I am, I can give you $100 grand for that house. But what if you got three other people that just come along, 105, 110, 120. Well, pretty much they're going to drive up the price. The highest price is going to get the home, and that's exactly what's driving up the prices. So the next thing we're going to talk about real quick are interest rates. Even if you could afford a home, let's say 2 years ago, today's mortgage rates make that same house dramatically more expensive. Now, rates are coming down, and I guarantee you they will. With our new Fed chair in, the rates will continue to come down. But if you're looking at, just give you an example, a $400,000 home at a 3% interest rate, okay? That same home at now 6-7% interest, that rate jump means hundreds of dollars more per month. So sometimes over $1,000 depending on the loan, but higher rates don't just raise prices. They do more than that. They do a couple things. They reduce buying power. They lock current homeowners into low rates so they don't sell. You think about the people who bought homes pre-COVID, who may have a 3% mortgage compared to people who bought after COVID, 2022, 2023, maybe have 7%. So you also got shrinking home inventory, and that basically shrinks housing inventory further. So it just continues to be a housing loop. Wages aren't keeping up is the next thing that we're going to talk about. Here's the harsh truth: the housing costs have outpaced economic growth for years. Even though wages have risen, they haven't kept up with the cost of owning a home. They also haven't caught up with rent increases, inflation. When home prices rise 40% in a few years, but you got wages that only rise maybe 10-15%, affordability collapses. Okay, so that gap is why so many middle income earners feel stuck right now. All right. So basically everything that I just said, the bigger economic picture, it's not a just me or you problem. It's it's a lot of factors that contribute. You got monetary policy that plays a huge part in that, and we're going to talk in later videos about more about monetary policy, because that's something that a lot of people hear, but I want people to really understand exactly what monetary policy is and how it's used to affect interest rates and to just pretty much affect our overall economy. You also got supply chain disruptions, demographic shifts, investment trends, zoning regulation. You got a lot of things. Housing is where all major economic forces collide. So if you got issues in areas, eventually it's going to show up in the housing market. To conclude, if buying a house feels impossible, it's not, because you did something wrong or you failed in life. I don't want my viewers to think that it's because simply we don't have enough homes right now. Again, we are working on that situation, and housing is increasing, or the construction of more homes is increasing. It continues to increase. Borrowing money right now is expensive, but we're going to talk more about the Fed and how interest rates will be coming down in the future. And incomes haven't caught up. I don't think incomes will, to be honest with you. But again, we'll talk more about incomes in later videos also. But all of it comes back to the real question isn't why can't you buy a house? It's more so what will it take to rebalance the market? Okay. If you want more breakdowns on housing, inflation, and real forces that shape, our economy, make sure that you please subscribe. Also share this video, do all of those things. I appreciate you tuning in. More videos to come, and thank you again.